Hey everyone, welcome back to a Sunday. Definitely not a Sunday that I was thinking it was going to be with Bitcoin. Man, Bitcoin got up to 106,000 a day and then it went down. We also had a little bit of a dip in the Trump coin as Melania coin came out. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll take a look at the miners, see how they did last week against Bitcoin from Friday to Friday when I track it. And yeah, that's basically it. So we'll see what else is going on there. I was trying to see why was Bitcoin crashing down today. Omar provided here in the comments that it might be because of Asian markets were up and running and they're not closed today or tomorrow for their time. But you guys know the drill. Not financial advice for him only. Do your own research. Full disclosure down below that. Hit the like button, subscribe. Helps me out tremendously. And let's take a look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin was doing so nice today. It was nice to see on a Sunday. And we got 206,314. And then after that, it just started to crash. And we are down approximately like 6-7% from the top there. We went down to a low of 99,416. We are now once again above 100,000, so that does seem to bode well for us. It seems to be like we're at support more or less above 100,000. But yeah, all those gains that we saw here in the last couple of days, and those things got wiped out here relatively quickly here. So we had nice gains on Friday, right? We were up nicely. We were up 4.13%. We closed at 1,000 or 100,004. We went up a little bit here on Saturday. Sunday we were going up and then we crashed down into it. And then in the new day, well, we're definitely holding at least above 100,000. So that's a good mark there. But we did go below 100,000 here again. So that was definitely being tested there. We tested it again here recently and we're above it. So I think we're going to stay above it. We'll see where it ends up here. Tomorrow, as we know, no trading in the United States. For Martin Luther King's holiday. And then we also have Trump's inauguration tomorrow. We'll see what he provides as far as his first 50 to 100, whatever it might be, executive orders, what those are going to entail, and how that's going to affect the crypto market, Bitcoin itself, the miners possibly as well. We'll see what comes out of that tomorrow. We'll obviously talk about it then. Miners obviously weren't trading today because it's Sunday, so we don't have any updates on those guys here. They had a great Friday. Tomorrow, it's a good thing that markets are closed because otherwise they'd be going down right now with Bitcoin going down, so that's kind of good. But we'll see how they do on Tuesday, depending what Bitcoin does, obviously tomorrow as well. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But yeah, I have no idea why it was crashing. My only thought was, is this just a dump to liquidate some longs before we start going up much higher? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see here where Bitcoin goes from there. But Bitcoin is definitely right now testing that 100,000 mark right now to see if it's going to stay at support or if we're going to become, or if it's going to become resistance again for us. We can see that here right now. I mean, the RSI has been coming down on the 15-minute chart as well. You can see that we're below the 30 here mark on it. But the price still has been coming down, even though RSI went up and it's been going down. But we've been coming down in price as well at that point, and at least on the 15-minute chart. The 1 hour chart, same thing. We looked like we were oversold here. This was back at 6 o'clock roughly. And then that's kind of exactly when we bounced here a little bit as well. On that 1 4 hour chart, it looks like it's down to about 42 right now. Last time we were back all the way here. So we're still up higher in price, which this could be just a correction here that we're seeing, right? A little dump of the longs before we go, continuation of the upward trend here. But we'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow or the next 24 hours basically. All right. So that is it for that on that one. You guys have been probably following or maybe not following the Trump coin that came out, the meme coin that came out on Friday, I believe it was. That thing has done really, really well. And if we look at it here, we can see where it started out. It's had a huge gain here in the last 7 days. It started out on the 18th Friday, right around, what was it? Right around $10 or so. Then went up to a high of approximately, was it 73, like $74, $75, something like that was the high here on it. And it got a pretty good market cap here. Total supply and everything else, it comes out to be about 48 billion right now. At the peak, it probably was closer to like 70, 80 billion, right? Which is valued higher than most of these companies that I track here, at least. The 11 companies that I track, their market cap is actually below it. So when we look at that, that makes me think, okay, right, there's plenty of liquidity out in the market still. If, Trump coin got pumped, to 70 billion valuation, I see no reason why the miner should not get pumped in time as well. When will that time come? I don't know, but I believe it's going to happen for us. And, some people were saying that there's some concerns as far as where is that capital going to come from? Well, we just saw it here with Trump coin and now Melania coin as well. And Trump coin kind of fell down as Melania coin came out here, which is kind of interesting and funny at the same time. Coin was doing really good here. Melania coin comes out and Trump coin basically crashes as people were taking profits and moving over into Melania coin to pump that one up. So you got all this stuff happening here, which is kind of silly to take a look at, or fun to take a look at, and kind of silly the action that we're seeing here on this stuff. Because what kind of value does it actually bring to anybody or anything like that? But that's why I'm not really that's why I'm not for meme coins in general. It's like, what do they actually bring there? There's no, what kind of, what's what I'm looking there for? What kind of, value and, gosh, drawing a blank here on the word I want to use. If there's any utility to it, right? What's the utility there? I'm not sure. So yeah, but it's definitely been a wild weekend here. We'll see how tomorrow is with Trump getting inaugurated. And again, what type of executive orders he does tomorrow. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. And some are speculating that this was done because of him becoming a president here tomorrow. That's why they got the coins out before that, so that way he can't be said that he's doing this to enrich himself or something like that. I don't know. I don't care. It's just kind of funny to watch all this stuff play out here right now. It's definitely a different cycle altogether. We got presidents doing their own meme coins and first ladies doing their meme coins. We're definitely in the crypto space now for sure. And we'll see how this plays out going forward for us. It's adoption nonetheless. One way or another, it's adoption. So that's a good thing. I guess the more adoption we have, the better it is for all of us here going forward. All right. Lastly, I think that was it on that one that I want to talk to you guys on. We'll see where Bitcoin goes. We'll see what happens with Trump coin going forward and Melania coin as well. See where that takes us. Heck, we should maybe even create a White House coin or something like that. Well, I don't know. All right. Next here, miners versus Bitcoin here in the last week at least. We always look at this chart first, which is from the 52-week lows and from the 52-week highs. We can still see that right now, Core has had the best run here in the last 52 weeks. It's up 474%, followed by TerraWolf up 396%, Hut 8 332%, BitDeer 299%, IREN 236%. What do all those have in common more or less? HBCI plays there, that's for sure, especially Core, TerraWolf as well. Hut, also is there. BitDeer, to a smaller degree, but also there. But BitDeer also has their own ASICs that they're doing and things like that. So I can see that more likely. And IREN, obviously, much smaller HPCI potential there as well. But they did mention it on their latest earnings call that they had a hyperscaler interested in one of their sites. So that's possibly of why. Bitcoin's only up 157%. And then you got Cypher up 152%, Riot 110%. Cleanspark up 80, Marathon 51, Hive 46, and Bitfarms up 14% from 52-week lows here recently. Sorry. So those are more the pure play miners. Cypher does have some potential for HPC AI sites, but nothing concrete on that one. But yeah, you can see the more or less the pure play miners have definitely underperformed here compared to Bitcoin in the last 52 weeks. And you can see how far away they are from their 52-week highs here, with a lot of these guys still at least 15% or more. Cleanspark's 52% away, Bitfarms 57% away, Hive 42, along with Marathon 41, Riot only 27% here recently, and then Cypher 32% along with TerraWolf. So TerraWolf's definitely come back down a little bit to more reality, I think, than where it's been in the past. And then one. All right, let's take a look at the miners here on the 1 week chart here. So all the miners had a really good week. They pretty much outperformed Bitcoin here for the most part, except for a few exceptions. So we have TerraWolf being up 19%, Cleanspark up 18, Hut 15, BitDeer 13%, Riot up 12, Mara up 11%, Cypher up 9, along with IREN. Core was up 7, Hive was up 5, so Hive was just in line with Bitcoin with 5%, and Bitfarms was actually at 4% here, so that one kind of underperformed. But if you look at it, most of these guys have outperformed at least by like a 2x on top of Bitcoin here, which was really good to see actually on that. And we've seen that actually the 2 weeks back ago. We'll look at that down below. On the 4 weeks chart here, things look a little bit different there. Bitcoin's up 5%, and everybody else has done more or less how Bitcoin's done, or at least outperformed by like 3 to 4x on some of these guys, it looks like, and some guys like 2x. But the biggest gainers were Riot 22%, Hut 8 21%, along with Cleanspark. TerraWolf was up 16%. Then you had Cypher up 12, along with IREN. And then we had one that was down, actually, that was BitDeer, up down 12% from 4 weeks ago. And Bitcoin, like I said, was up 5% at that point. And then if we look at the 8 weeks, things definitely changed for us then. Bitcoin's only up 2% from then. And we got BitDeer up 46% here. So BitDeer had a huge run up, and that's possibly why we saw a little bit of a correction in that one. Everybody else, pretty much, except for Riot. Riot was up 6%. Everybody else has underperformed here, with Marathon being the biggest loser here in the 8 weeks, being down 27%, followed by Hive, 22%, along with Bitfarms. And then we had TerraWolf down 19%, along with Cypher. Cleanspark was down 17%, and then IREN was down 11%. CORZ was down 16%. So a lot of negative numbers from 8 weeks ago on that one. And then things get even more interesting here from 12 weeks ago. We had Bitcoin being up 43% from then. Bitfarms and Hive being both down 10%. Both of those are Canadian miners. And then we had BitDeer up 167% from 12 weeks ago, followed by Hut 8 being up 68%. After that, we got Riot 42%, IREN 32%, Bitcoin's up 43%, Marathon 24%, Cleanspark 15%. And then who else do we have here? Core was up also 15% at that point. So TerraWolf only 3%, Cypher 3%, and then Hive and Bitfarms down 12%. If you look at the chart here, we can see we had last week was a great week all across the board. Green on the miners. Prior week was all red. And then we had all green on that one, right? Where it was also a really good week for a lot of the miners. And then we had 2 weeks in a row where we were in the red. And you can also even call this the third week as well, because we only had Bitcoin being up, but miners were actually down at that point, except for Riot was being up just slightly here at that point. And after that, it gets a little bit more messy, more mixed up, and things like that. So we'll see where things take us later on this week. Tomorrow's going to be definitely interesting with Trump's inauguration happening. We'll see what he does, what kind of executive orders and things like that, what all comes out of that. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting time. I think the next week is going to be definitely interesting. We'll see where Bitcoin goes, everything else. But let's get into you guys' Q&A side of things here. So what you guys have to say on any of this stuff here. And if you have any questions, anything else, as always, if you could preface your question with a Q, that way I know it's a question. And then we'll make it pretty easy here today. I'm going to scroll up a little bit here and see what is going on with any questions up top and work my way down a little bit. Let's see. All right, what else do we have here? Okay, Enrique says, I asked Enrique how do we see, because he said it's because playing out the ABC. So I asked him how is that playing out. He says retesting breakout line. If we don't dump under that, we good. Okay. So is that like the 100,000 line mark? Is that the one there? Chemo says Trump coin, the Millennium coin did it. The dump on Bitcoin, maybe. Let's see. Minor Degen says Trump inauguration sell the news. Castanta, I can't pronounce your name. Sorry. Question: panic? No, not panic. No. Okay, let's see. Heinze says I have to say Trump not banning TikTok is concerning. I know that they're a Chinese company. They're gonna work something out there. We'll see what that is on that one. Okay. Yeah, circulating supply on the Trump coin is a lot less. Yes, it is only at, based on that, it's only like a 9.8 billion, right? If you use the FDV valuation for Trump coin, you get a different number. You get the 49 billion here. But yeah, market supply, what this is, which is current price plus time circulating supply, is 9.8 billion. So depending on which one you want to use, but there's two different values for it as it is on it. So yes. Okay, bear with me. I'm trying to find some more questions here. Coyote Log Home says no intrinsic value, no utility. Yeah, I know. That's kind of, I've never gotten into these meme coins and things like that. It's like, what kind of utility is there? Is there intrinsic value in that at all or anything like that? Sorry, I got to mute my phone here. Okay, let's see. Bear with me. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Question: Eric Trump on Twitter said World Liberty FI is buying Ethereum. Yeah, I saw that too as well. Then I don't know exactly what Liberty FI is. I think that's one of their organizations or something like that. But I saw that as well. Yeah, don't forget about Fork. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff out there. Okay. Okay, here we go. Question, Seb to BVVX replacement for Doge. Sorry, this isn't a question. Oh, Vivex. Yeah, I wouldn't want that responsibility either. Seb, when Moon? It's coming. I think it's still coming here in the next couple of weeks, months. Do you think in terms of pure price, Cleanspark will reach a higher price point than Riot? Oh, gosh. I don't know. Cleanspark's at, excuse me, $11.87. Riot is at $13.39. I know market cap wise, Riot is higher than right now than Cleanspark is. I would think with their operations being so good and their growth continuing to get to 50x Asher in the first half, I think that should propel it to possibly be higher than that. Riot can surprise us. Obviously, they have a bigger hodl position there as well. They bought Bitcoin here, which Cleanspark did not. So I don't know, but I'm not too concerned about them battling out on that. I'm more concerned about market cap, right? Are they being valued fairly on market cap? Let's see here. Mr. Credit. To me, the whole Trump coin thing is not funny at all. It might really impact the public's trust into the crypto market while we were actually getting some. That's a good point there. All right, I'll give you that. That is a good point. God. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what else. Kimo says Trump also said no taxes on U.S. Bitcoin miners. Really? I might have missed that one. Okay. So the Bitcoin Reserve happening. There's there's a poll on one of the sites that does the poll market things. It came down to what was it, like 63% now possibility from being like 70 something like that, I think. So I think it's still going to happen, right? You got Cynthia Loomis there working on it. You got states working on it as well. I think it will happen. Will happen within the first 100 days. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see. I asked, what if he puts the Trump coin in as a strategic reserve instead of BTC? My response, I guess we will find out soon enough. Yeah, that would definitely be enriching himself at that point, I think. So I think that would be a foul of the regulations there. Let's see. Which miners do you see excelling if interest rates lower? Is there a clear winner or for all? I think it doesn't really matter for those guys. A lot of these guys don't have any debt for the most part, right? So I think that doesn't impact them at all. If interest rates go down, I would think that would be a good thing for the economy and everything else. Might also, I think that would bode well for all the miners at that point. Okay, Brian says here, Hut 8 is going well over $100, but Cleanspark would be the talk, in my opinion. That'd be fantastic for Hut 8 shareholders for sure. Let's see here. Does Baron Trump have an official coin too? That's coming, I'm guessing, based on what we've seen here over the weekend. First Trump, now Melania. Yeah, we'll have all the kids' coins as well. All right. Hello, Seb. Do you think a buy the rumor and sell the news could happen tomorrow? Thanks. If we might be seeing it right now. Bitcoin's at 100,000, 300, something like that, 400, whatever it is right now. Maybe was this the case? Yeah, I don't know. I think overall, with Trump being in the office, I believe it's going to be good for the whole ecosystem, more or less. There should be some more clarity. There should be, the SEC should be, I think, more in line with getting stuff done instead of suing companies for not providing guidance and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that gets resolved and that goes in the right direction there, which would be good for the crypto space in general. Let's see. Did you invest in Trump's coin? I did not. No, I don't invest in meme coins. Probably should have, though. I probably could have done pretty good here. You know, got up 100, 200%, sold in. Yeah, but I didn't. Let's see here. 99% of crypto is poop coins. Yeah, I would agree with you there. Okay, let's see. Enrique says, especially you can draw it from the BTC all-time high top to the lower high on like January 6th. You can get a nice line. Retest of a breakout is bullish. Okay, good. All right, that's cool. Okay, quick question here. I just took out a loan for $9,000 and $40,000 from my annuities to buy Bitfarms and Hive. My New York life annuities only gave me 5% return over the last 8 years. Do you think that's a crazy move? From your annuities, I don't know how those work. To buy, I'm not sure how that works, so I'm not the right person probably to ask that. But yeah, if you only got over 5% return over the last 8 years, yeah, you're probably going to be, I would imagine you would be better off getting into these guys here for the next couple months, right? You don't want to hold on to them for too long. We just want to ride the wave up and then sell them. So be prepared for that. Take profits for sure if you're going to do that. Let's see here. Yes, no loans to buy stocks. Yep. Let's see. What else? I'm trying to find some more questions. Polymarket, yeah, that's one of them also. Polymarket 63% last check. Yeah, okay, so it's close. Yeah, that's kind of what I saw here on Bitcoin. Strategic reserve being done this year. Let's see. Okay. What are you thinking the likelihood is that we see Bitfarms over 8 or even 10 and Cleanspark over 40 or around 50? Question is, with BTC getting to 180,000, 200,000? Thanks. If Bitcoin goes to 180,000, 200,000, I think we should definitely, my personal opinion, right? I could be definitely wrong on this, but my thoughts would be that we would be getting to those levels at that point. Let's see. Bear with me. There it goes. Okay. Here we go. Question: is it actually a selling news? Oh, talked about that already. Trump would be president since it's not like we didn't know. Yeah, but we don't know what he's going to do as far as the, executive orders, right? So that's the big question there. Is it a good thing the market is close tomorrow? I think so, yeah. With Bitcoin coming down 6-7% almost, yeah, I think it's good. Unless Bitcoin rebounds here, then maybe not. But if Bitcoin rebounds tomorrow, and then we have a really good day on Tuesday as well, the miners are going to run at that point. Okay. Do you believe Trump will work on executive orders on Inauguration Day? I think they already have those things ready to go. It's just a matter of him becoming president, right? Inauguration Day, he gets sworn in to be president, and then he just goes in, signs them off with his pen. So I think that's going to be pretty much all set and done for. Okay. All right. Even with the dilution, the next 3 to 4 years should be great for Cleanspark, giving pro crypto admin long hold. Yeah, depending where Bitcoin goes, right? There's a lot of things that play into these guys here, and it's not something that you want to typically hold for a long period of time. You want to buy them when they're depressed in the bear market and sell them in the bull run here, which we're still waiting on the bull run for some of these miners. At that point, sell them, and then you want to possibly, if we have another cycle like we have in the past, buy them, when they're going down. We don't know where the bottom's going to be on these things, but you kind of want to buy them as they're getting beaten down, and then hold on to them for a year or two, maybe 3 years max, and then sell them at that point. But yeah, there's just so much going on with it. It's tough to say where the network hash rate is going to be at, where Bitcoin price is going to be at, what is their hash rate going to be as well, what kind of machines are going to be out at that point, right? Are they going to be sub 3 joules per terahash machines out there for mining? There's just a lot that goes into it. So looking that far out, it's kind of tough. Okay. Bethany says, only a few months, more months left on this bull market. Top will be March, maybe April, in my opinion, as last cycle. Okay. But last cycle, last cycle was kind of diverted, I think, because of the China FUD with them banning Bitcoin mining, which then caused a lot of the Bitcoin miners to sell their coins to then move their operations to other countries, the United States in particular. There was just, and then we had the FTX thing going on, 3 Arrows Capital. the Luna debacle, all that stuff that I think shortened the cycle last time. Let's see, is Bitcoin's crash anything to be concerned about? I don't think so. I think this is just a little correction here, maybe getting rid of some of the longs that are in there, and then, you know, getting ready to run up again, maybe. Let's see, I recently invested for the first time, so I'm still new to this. Yeah, be patient. This is not the end of it, and by any stretch of the imagination there, I think we're going much higher from where we are still. But it's going to be a bumpy ride, so be prepared for that. Okay, let's see. Pirate says, I love these live streams. Thanks for doing them. They help me to stay patient and calm. Oh, great. I appreciate that, and thanks for coming in, for sure. Okay. Question, do you see this bull run lasting until about October of this year? I could even see it lasting a heck of a lot longer than that. And I've talked about this in prior streams as well. It's just the adoption that we're having here. If Bitcoin gets put on as a strategic reserve as well, states put it on their balance sheet. I mean, we're seeing more and more companies doing it. We have the ETFs. There's just a lot more going on. What if other countries also start putting it on their balance sheet and things like that? It's just game on at that point. How high can Bitcoin actually go? And in what time span are we looking at? Are we looking at over the next couple of years, potentially, possibly? All right, so this next, I would say probably the next 9 months are going to be pivotal to see where Bitcoin goes. Because we don't know. I don't know. I don't know if anybody knows where it's going to go. It depends on the adoption, right? But historically, I would think that, yeah, October, November would be probably like the peak of the cycle. Maybe a little bit faster. Maybe September, I think was the last time we peaked. 2017, we peaked in what, December? 2021, we peaked in like November. So now would be like maybe October, yeah. Okay. Revender 125 Bitcoin Tuesday. I'd take that. I'd be happy with that. It'd be a good day with the miners then. But he says the pullback in Bitcoin is very healthy as long as holds 97,000. We were going to 115, 120 range fast. Okay. That's kind of my opinion there as well. Okay. Let's see. Question. Do you sell CC on any portion of your positions? No, I don't. Let's see. Christian says, no way this bull run lasts into 2026. Well, why not? I mean, why can't it? With more adoption and everything else, more institutions, more banks, more countries, more everything else. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything stopping it that would really stop it from doing it. We've always wanted adoption, and if we get it, that would be why. And then Christian says there might be a black swan event. Okay. I'm hoping that we flushed all those things out already. We've had a bunch of stuff here over the last, what has it been now, 13, 15 years with Bitcoin. A lot of stuff has happened since then. See, Andrew says, I love Trump, but I think these memes he's just put out is a dagger in the back of Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, you can take it any way you want. And that one, I don't like meme coins anyways. And it's just, yeah, I'm not for it. But he's free to do as he wishes, right? It's a free country. That's one thing that I love. Let's see, it could be close to the end of the cycle. Clear this shows true. Well, I hope it's not the end of the cycle. Okay. Question, better buy MicroStrategy or BTC? I would say both if you can. BTC for a much longer time frame, MicroStrategy to play these cycles if we do have them. And then MicroStrategy does seem to outperform Bitcoin here a little bit by about 2 to 3x on Bitcoin. So I would play it both ways. Christian says, Ruto has a risk on any major news crash. Is it a war, a hack, a scandal, economy tanking, anything? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Those things are definitely something that would bring it down potentially, but how far would it bring it down? I mean, if the markets go down, yes, Bitcoin's going to go down as well at that point. But with higher adoption, I think the drawdowns are going to be less severe than what we've seen in the past. And we'll see if that's the case. And the market is primed to think in cycles. Well, that's kind of what we've seen here recently, right? So that might be a good time to prove people wrong, maybe, right? I don't know. I'm just saying something I need to definitely pay attention to, and something that will be revealed to us in the next, I would say, 9 to 12 months. Revenue is saying Trump making some money before Bitcoin Reserve to buy some Bitcoins. Yeah, could be. Do you see CORZ at $30 in 2025? Oh, yeah. CORZ, yeah, once they start generating the revenue from CoreWeave there, that's going to be a nice chunk of change for them happening going forward. And also if they get those block miners in as well, change out some of their older machines for those, I think that would be great for them as well. Yeah. Let's see. Question is, lost BTC always lost? Yes, for the most part, yes, unless you can break the encryption there on those, which could take a long, long time unless you get really lucky. Then yes, those BTCs are pretty much lost. I mean, there's people that are digging through garbage sites right now trying to find their laptops that had Bitcoins on it and things like that. But yeah, those are pretty much lost at this point. You might be able to get a couple back. I'm not sure exactly how many, but you're definitely gonna have to brute force it at that point, and that's not an easy task to do. Private says, people and family and friends thought I was crazy to get BTC at 15, 20, and 45. Now it's 100. Yep. I've been telling people for many years now, get a little bit of Bitcoin while it's still cheap. It's going up much higher. They didn't believe me, so they've been. Some people I know have been buying here recently at 100,000. But yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah, I really hope so. Also that we go to 180, 200,000. We might go even higher than that. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. See what else do we have here. Okay, if we don't have any further questions, we're going to call it a day. We've been going on half an hour, so today was actually a pretty light day, which is kind of nice. We'll see what happens tomorrow, though. And Omar has a question here popping up that I see. Let's see if that will pop up. Okay. Question, you don't have a plan to hold miners in 2026, right? No. The plan is to get out this year, right? Hopefully closer towards the top, but I'm going to start selling, hopefully the plan is to start selling at, once Bitcoin gets to like 150,000, as long as the miners are actually moving at that point, right? If they're not moving, it's like, maybe I'll wait a little bit longer. But the plan is to start selling around there, a small portion. But yeah, I don't know if I want to be into 2026 unless I sell 80% of my shares that I have there, maybe leave 20% to run, see if it goes that way. But it's something we're going to have to keep an eye on throughout this year to see if it's going to be an extended cycle or if it's going to be a similar cycle like we've had in the past. I'd love to get another similar cycle. I'd love to be able to buy these guys again in about a year or so. Well, actually, in like 2 years. Dollar cost average down into them, ride them back up into the bull run. I'd love to do that, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. So it's something that I'm going to have to keep an eye on. Let's see here. 97,420 Empire says, I have not told my brothers I am rich now. They think I am still working at my old job. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. Okay, Sanjay asks, have BTC and Ethereum and Sol. Would you convert Ethereum to BTC? I own both, to be honest. I know that Ethereum hasn't been running as nicely as Bitcoin has this past year and maybe 2 years even. I mean, I own both, so I'll just leave it at that because you just never know on it. Eventually, I think we'll see where Ethereum goes. I follow Bitcoin more than I do with Ethereum, but I like Ethereum. I think Ethereum has utility there, right? It can do a lot of things for streamlining things for, like on houses, when you buy a house, all the paperwork and everything else could be on the Ethereum blockchain there, other contracts, things like that. So, yeah, I'm still long on Ethereum, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Omar asks, stream tomorrow? Yeah, we'll do a stream tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow, obviously, with President Trump becoming president. We'll see what kind of executive orders he does, anything that impacts Bitcoin, the miners. We'll talk about it at that point. We'll see where Bitcoin goes as well. Yeah, we'll definitely do it. Bevneet, let's see here. Trying to see if there's. Okay, Bevneet asks, Seb, please look into it. I don't want you to be left holding the bag. Everyone is saying top is in March, April. Who is saying that? I know there's some people saying it, that it might be March, April, but sometimes the consensus can be wrong, though. So right? I mean, if the top is in March, April, and we're at 115,000, I'm going to start selling anyways at that point. So if we're going down at that point, I'll just dollar cost average, out as we're going down. So I'll still be okay. I'll be in profit. I'm still in profit now, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's see. McCredit says, agreed, not staying in 2026 either. That's for sure. It probably put back a bit into IREN when it all pulls back for their HPCI potential. Yeah, I mean, CORZ, I think, might be one that you might want to hold on to, especially with their revenue is going to be increasing here from CoreWeave. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't know how that one's going to react to it. If we have a bear market happening in Bitcoin, how much does it actually pull on them as well? That'll be interesting to watch. Let's see. Has CORZ mentioned the future direction with AI profits? Do they plan to expand BTC production? They're looking to do both, I think. I know they're talking about growing the hash rate and also growing HPCI. So they could go definitely either way. It's just wherever they see the most profits happening for them, right? If Bitcoin's going down or something like that, they might just move more towards the HPCI. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Freedom and all of the charting dudes. Oh, those guys. Freedom by 40, you're talking about? Yeah, that's charts, though. Charts can be wrongly interpreted, or they can be also misleading, I think. You just have to kind of pay attention to where things go day by day, unfortunately, with this space. And I don't know where things are going to go. But I'm just seeing a lot of adoption here, which then adoption, I think, is going to drive the rally longer. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Okay, probably good night to you as well. David, sell Bitcoin to buy Trump coin. No. No, I could be wrong on that. I mean, Trump coin could become the best investment here in the next year. Who knows? Let's see. If SBR is signed tomorrow, give me your guess what the pump goes to. LOL. If we get that, I mean, geez, I think we're going quickly to 125, then in short order to 150,000 at that point. Let's see. Hi, Seb, do you think miners will pump similar to last bull run? Thanks. I believe that still strongly that's going to be the case, especially once they start reporting the quarterly results here for Q4, which are already going to be really good. And Bitcoin continues to go up. I think they should, right? The only thing I can think of that would keep them down is still the big guys with their shorts and hedging and everything else. But even at a certain point, you're just going to kind of like bang your head against a brick wall or concrete wall. You're not going to really move it. So why not go with the flow and make as much money as you can? That's my thought process on it. The charting can increase your odds of being right. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying that it won't, but I'm saying you're looking out quite a ways, right? That's kind of tough to see where things are going to go in the next 3 months, let alone where the Bitcoin's going to go in the next 24, 48 hours. But you can see some things and you can follow the trends, that's for sure. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got one more coming in here from 9.7. Come on. Pull that up. There it is. 9.7 says, I'm 35% miners now. Once BTC moves up again, they should too. Yeah, I would agree as well. And then let me see here. Rick Henry says, charts may be out the window. AI HPC have disrupted the miner space. It's hard to tell what the long-term direction is with the potential adoption. That's kind of what I'm saying there. Yeah. It's tough to say. Adoption is going to be the key here. And if adoption continues and you got states buying it, nation states and other countries and whatnot, banks, companies, everything else, how can you foretell where things are going to go? You can't. Will Bitfarms go into HPC? They are looking into it, right? But Ben said it's not going to be possible until like 2026. They need to do a pilot site there. Any news on Paraguay? No news still on Paraguay. I haven't seen anything. I did also watch the Hive interview with Bryce and Anthony. I thought it was a great interview. And it's kind of the same stuff that they talked about in the past, right? They're efficient. They're doing things that they believe are the right way. They're growing. Paraguay is beneficial to them. I thought it was great, right? My big thing with Hive has always been I'd like them to see more growth than the 15 exahash, which they could possibly go beyond that. Okay, let's see here. What do you think of Fidelity saying Bitcoin to $1 billion per coin by wow, $1 billion per coin? Nah, I mean, geez. I'd be happy if we get to 1 million coin by then, but they're saying $1 billion. I mean, you get all the nation states buying and everything else, I mean, what would that valuation be at that point? I have to run the numbers on it, but that seems kind of crazy there to even think about that. I mean, if that's the case, geez, I'd be a multi-billionaire in a couple of years, in 5 years. Man, I'm not selling my Bitcoin now. That's the case. But then again, what is a house going to cost? $500 million at that point, if that thing is that expensive. I mean, that would have a huge impact on inflation as well. If you got so many people here that have at least a Bitcoin or less than Bitcoin, and you're a billionaire, imagine the prices and everything. It's going to be that'd be crazy. Omar says, thanks, Seb. See you tomorrow. Trump 47. Yep, I'll definitely be back. Let's see. Chow says, I think this cycle is very different from the previous one. I'm thinking the same thing, right? We'll see. I'm not saying that everything is set in stone, and I can't be wrong, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. We may only have a 30% bear market. This cycle is more pension funds and government jobs in. Yeah, I mean, we saw 30%. We saw, 17% correction here recently. We saw a 30% correction earlier last year as well. So we'll have to wait and see. And then Chuck says, I agree, top is in Q2. Okay, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out, right? Even if the top is in Q2, as long as I take my profits, I'm going to be happy. So I'm not going to be worried about it. But if it's an extended cycle and we go higher, I'm going to love that too. But we'll keep an eye on it. I don't know where things are going to go. I wish I had a crystal ball. I think all you guys would have a day if you had a crystal ball, right? I mean, you could see where things are going, or come back in time, go out a couple of years, see where things go on the charts, and then, man, play that. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, all right, we'll see what happens tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for coming in as always. We'll see the executive orders that President Trump does tomorrow. We'll see, how the markets across the world kind of react, maybe. We'll also see on Tuesday, but we'll talk about Tuesday on Tuesday. We'll talk about tomorrow, what happened tomorrow. All right. Thanks again. Love you all. Hope you guys have a great week. Hope Bitcoin does well for us. Hope miners do great for us. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.